We keep finding ways to make it tough. We certainly do that. Very winnable game for us. We got to find a way to make a play. We keep saying it every single week. Somebody's got to make a play, step up at the end, whether it be offense, defense, or special teams, and had some opportunities and was not able to get away with it.
From a time management perspective, at any point in this game, is there anything else you would go back and do differently that maybe you did?
I'd have to go look at the tape and find out what you're talking about and what you're referring to, so we can go back and look at some of those things to find out.
Coach, do you have an update on Michael Penix?
I don't. Obviously he left the game, was ruled out. I mean, never got ruled out. So we got to go see where the knee is and where he's at.
Drake London?
The same report on Drake. Obviously he left out the game, and after that sluggo attempt in the end zone and wasn't able to return.
For the second week in a row, you all fought and got the lead late, and the defense wasn't able to hold it. What happened here today?
Those guys made plays, and we got to find a way to stop them, and we didn't.
Raheem, just on Mike, he was still on the sideline there. Was there any chance of him coming back into the game at all?
Obviously there was a chance, but it was not, looking good and didn't feel great for him to be able to come back out there. But so there was obviously a chance he was still out there, but it didn't look good.
Raheem, can you give us your thoughts on the overtime possession starting with the Trone not fielding the ball and then the, penalty?
We got the sidewinders, funny, spooky kick. He got out the way of it. Ended up getting the ball in the 20, which is a tough field position, but, better than the alternative when you can fumble that thing or drop it. We get the ball, and we get a first down by Bijan there. We can't have illegal men downfield, and we can't drop the slant after that.
They moved the ball through the air today, which has not been their MO. Do you think that they were reacting to the way you were playing them, or do you think they saw something and tried to attack you specifically?
I think they did a nice job of, doing what they do well, going out, taking the completions. They were able to get completions down the field that we usually can stop. We're not able to stop them today. We got to make the plays down the field. We got to make the plays wherever, move AJ around, do some different things. We tried to do that today, and they were able to find other people. Did a nice job by those guys.
Do you feel like you have to do something dramatically different at this point just to stop this slide?
It's hard to say that when you keep losing these type of games. These games are coming down to, one possession games. You just got to find a way to win it. You got to find a way to do something different to win that football game. You got to find a way to make that play. You got to find a way to do those things. Dramatic would be a little bit, over the top. When you end games in these close games versus, respectable teams and very good football teams, and we got to find a way to win these games.
You have consistently believed that this team would respond the right way. Do you become worried about that at all after 5 straight losses?
You do. Obviously, let's say you do worry about the guys responding the right way, particularly as you get an injury. But, there's no room for excuses, and we won't make them.
Hey, Rod, to your left, what knee was it with Penix?
I'm sorry?
What knee was it with Penix?
I'd be honest, I didn't ask that question, Zach.
You don't know if it's the one he's had 2 ACLs?
I think it's this same knee that it was previous to this injury. That wasn't, really the focus for me right there, Zach, at the time. I can find out for you tomorrow.
And your frustration level is focused on what? What's the most frustrating thing about what's...
you got to find a way to win that game. You got some winnable moments there, whether it be the 4th down and 4. You got an opportunity to get the win there. You got an opportunity to get it on a couple different opportunities there. The last play to Drake, a couple different opportunities to find a way to go win those football games. And we keep putting ourselves in position, and we keep coming up short, and that's got to stop.
Similar question about those 2 4th down stops in the 4th quarter from this defense on 4th and 1. Talk a little bit about those. And then James Pearson's performance. He had some big plays in this contest as well.
I really got to go look at, the game as a whole and, really be that individualized people. But I know, James also get up with a couple big plays in there and do some really good things. But, we got the 4th down stops. We just didn't get the one we needed, in that 4th and 4 to be able to get off the grass with a win.
Anything else? Yeah, Coach, you guys had some things working in the first half, second half, different story. Was it a lapse in execution? Was there anything that kind of led to those inconsistencies that you saw?
I know our quarterback went out, and we got to go find a way to execute with whoever. They were able to load the box and be able to stop our run. Our run game was clicking up pretty good in the first half, and it didn't click as well in the second. We got to be able to go give a better opportunity to earn some of those first downs and be able to, throw and catch and move the chains, and we weren't able to do that.
Coach, your thoughts on Zane Gonzalez's 52-yard field goal? That was pretty clutch.
Zane's, he's answered the bell. He's answered some problems right there, being able to make some of these field goals and be able to make the extra points and make it look clean. Be able to go out there and do those things. Very proud of the way he's been performing, and he's looked good the last 2 weeks.
Coach, right here on your left. It looked like Ronnie Harrison came in there, had a pretty good day today in place of J.D. Bertrand. What did you make of the rotation there in that room and then of his performance today?
Again, with the individual performance, you always got to go look back at it. Right now it stands out the play that we missed, right there in the overtime, and we got to make that play. But obviously he made some critical plays. I seen a knockdown pass. He was able to rush the passer really well, able to chase really well, run hard, play hard. That's what he's been doing since he's had his opportunities, whether it's in special teams, defense, or whatever the case may be. So we'll go back and watch the tape and be able to, praise some of the guys that played really well yesterday. But right now, we got to find a way to win the football game.
When you have to switch from Penix to Cousins, how does that affect play calling and what effect does it have on the offense as a whole?
Obviously you got to, when it affects your play calling for sure. When you change quarterbacks, and you got to do what that quarterback does well. So we'll go find out what Kirk does well this week. I'm sure he'll have some input on it, and so will, Zach and those guys will work together, depending on what happens with Michael, and we'll be able to figure those things out when we get closer to practice on Wednesday.
Raheem, I know you're frustrated. We've heard repeatedly, we can't have this, we got to fix that. How would you assess your leadership and just the inability to stop those things from happening?
Not good. We've lost a bunch of games in a row. In tight moments, and you got to find a way to win those games, man. It definitely is on me. There's no such thing as a losing team. There's only a losing leader, and I'm the leader, and we lost.
You guys were adamant that you wanted to keep Kirk because you felt like it would give you a really solid backup quarterback. It hasn't played out that way on the field. Any idea why yet?
Yeah, I would like to see him go out there and get a win today. He played some good ball, did some good things, but, you got to go get a win. It never feels good when you don't win the football game. We'll go look at it. We'll go assess it. We'll find a way to fix it and get back and get at it.
Guys played hard in all three phases. There was great effort. Guys competed, and it's just always difficult to fall short, especially the way we did. But now we just have to get back to work and pick ourselves up and do the only thing we can do or know to do, and that's to keep working. But I can take any questions you have.
Yeah, Kirk, we saw when Mike was out, you started grabbing an iPad or some stuff in front of the blue stuff as you were getting ready, preparing. What happens when that light goes on and, hey, I'm going to have to get out there and do this?
Your heart starts beating a little faster, but other than that, you just kind of get loose and, basically much of what you would be doing anyways, talking to DJ about calls they're thinking for the next drive and kind of where they see the game going from there, which are usually conversations you're kind of just sitting in and listening, and now I guess it just is a little more directed at you, but not too different.
How do teams pull out of slumps like this, and how often have you seen it happen?
There's no magic formula. You just get back to work and trust your training, and you got to stay the course. Believe that tough times don't last, and tough people do, and that's all you can do.
How do you feel like you played today?
Yeah, it's hard to assess myself until I go watch the tape. I think that will give me a much better understanding. But never as good as you think, never as bad as you think.
Kirk, are you looking forward to New Orleans next week?
Yeah, we don't know where this will go, but kind of day to day, and we'll see where we end up.
To piggyback on that last question, you've been in a lot of locker rooms in your lifetime. How do you keep the situation, again, from spiraling out of control? And would you, as a veteran player, would you say something to your teammates, or would somebody else say something? How's that normally handled in this type of situation?
There's no normal. I think you just go back to work and understand the job you got to do, understand how close you are. It's a game of inches, and we felt that today. And it takes a whole team effort to find a way to win, and we've just got to find those inches.
How would you describe the atmosphere in the locker room, just in general, not just today, but just the last few weeks overall?
Oh, it's been a positive atmosphere in the sense that guys are working hard. Guys love football. Guys love each other. I think that's a credit or a reflection of the quality of the locker room and the character. There hasn't been a dip of any kind, and I think that speaks volumes about the group we have. And it's also, I think, why there would be belief that, we can get back going in the right direction, because I think it is a group with a lot of character.
Kirk, when you do get to work next week, I mean, you've been around this game for a long time. What do you think are the top priorities to get this offense clicking again?
Well, I mean, I think it's possession by possession, really. I mean, you have 3 straight possessions, I believe, with touchdowns in the first half. I'm not sure. Again, it all happened so fast, it's hard to know exactly what took place. But there are so many positives. You know, the red zone offense has been really effective as of late. I think our last, again, I don't quite know if this is true or not, maybe the last 11 trips to the red zone have resulted in touchdowns. So, you know, those are a lot of positives there. And you just keep going back to the things that you got to be better at. How do we get better? Being on the details and believing that, you know, if you stay the course and again, as a team, all come together and make plays, that, you know, good things will happen.
Yeah, Kirk, that third down shot late in the fourth quarter to Drake on the left side, was that a matchup that you liked pre-snap? Was that about giving a great player a chance to go make a play? What'd you see there?
I thought it was a great call by Zach to give us a chance to do exactly what you're saying, which is to, you know, work one of our best players one-on-one if they were to give us that opportunity. They did, based on what I saw in real time, and then felt like, you know, got to give him a chance there to go make a play. I think, you know, you always go back and, like I'm talking about, watching the film and being hard on yourself. Tomorrow, the conversation at, you know, 10 a.m. when we watch the tape is going to be, can I put more air on that ball? Do I back shoulder him? Does it need to be a ball that's, you know, we're going to analyze that and be maniacal about where can that ball be placed so that we convert, get down there, have a chance to win the game. You know, those are the kinds of things when I talk about watching tape and working through details. It's not going to be a discussion of the ball was good enough. It's the opposite. It's the ball may have been good. How does it be great? You know, how do we get that ball to be perfect? And those are conversations with Drake. Those are conversations with my quarterback coach. But that's the only way I know to get better and to find ways to win is to be maniacal about those kinds of things so that the next time it is perfect and we do find a way to win.
Kirk, to your left. When you were warming up, it looked like before you went in, you said a quick word to Michael. What did you tell him? What are you talking about?
Well, he went straight to the blue tent, and so I just wanted to touch base with him to understand, you know, how you're feeling, you're in a lot of pain, that kind of a thing, just trying to, you know, hear where he's coming from.
And quick follow-up on, Ra says, you know, it starts with me. I take the blame. It's on, you know, he's always a glass half full guy, right? He's always. Have you seen through this 5-game stretch, a little hitting in his step and his communication to you guys in terms of keeping that positivity, knowing that he's publicly taking the blame for this? I
think this 5-game stretch, he's been his true colors, which is who he is. You know, he's resilient. You know, he's built for this, and he is a glass half full person, and I think it makes it a positive place to come into work. And you know, he's a coach that you want to win for, you want to play well for, because you feel like he's in your corner and he's you know, giving you what you need to be successful.